right, everybody, before we start our meeting, we do have an invocation. Reverend Jane Gaylor is here from the Marquardt, so I would invite you to the microphone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for this honor to be with you, Mayor and council members. As I look around this room, I see many leaders in this room. And so our devotion tonight is about being a strong and enduring team. And from Mark 3, verse 25, if a house is divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Please hear these words. Is there anything worse than attempting a project with a team that is strangled in dissension? It chokes any sense of accomplishment right out of the team. There is no substitute for unity. It is absolutely essential for any sustainable success. And the key word here is sustainable. Are you simply looking to get through that pending deadline or the current firestorm? Or are you seeking to build an enduring team? A good manager can manage the ins and outs of a fragmented team to achieve short-term success. But it takes a leader with the appropriate skills and courage to overcome dissension and build an enduring team. Unity is not about eliminating conflict. Good leaders know that conflict is healthy. A strong and enduring team is comprised of members with different strengths and perspectives. And when the differences are focused on issues and are addressed openly, clearly, and respectfully among that team, they often bring the strongest resolutions. Yet when team members turn to the conflicts, turn them into quarrels or making them personally, a wise leader knows that their house is divided against itself, and the team must be addressed. We live in an incredibly difficult world right now, with lots of differing perspectives. So my prayer and my wish for all of you tonight is to know that you are all different people with different gifts and graces, and that this meeting and your time together is one where you can accept differences, but work together for the good of this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Being that it is 7:03, I am going to officially call our meeting to order. Megan, will you please take the roll?
Davis. Here. Lampy. Here. Board.
Here.
Bartz.
Here.
Blanky.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Schmid.
Here.
Wetzel.
Here.
Moldenhauer.
Here.
That means I don't, we heard you. I just have the,
Okay.
let me just take a, I think it's on the right one. This one? This one? Oh, this one. Thank you. There we go. That'll make that adjustment. Okay. All right. With that, would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. The first item on our agenda is the minutes of the council meeting from September 19th. Any comments, questions on those minutes? Very good. Then let's go to comments and suggestions from citizens present. Is Mark just checking? None? All right. Seeing none, I just want to check, does anyone virtually would like to comment? All right, we do have another opportunity at the end of our meeting as well. So let's move to reports. You all have the Transit Commission from July 31st, Library Board of Trustees from August 10th, Park Rec and Forestry from August 21st, Finance from September 11th, Plan Commission from September 11th,
Tourism from September 14th, Library Board from September 14th, and Public Works from September 26th. Any comments, questions on any of those minutes? Mr. Blinky.
Just one comment on the August 10th Public Library meeting minutes. There's a comment that there was a bid for $160,000 for a flagpole bid, and the board chose to accept this bid even though, and I quote, "the bid is quite over budget." I think it's bad practice for our boards and committees to be accepting bids if they're quite over budget. We need to re-examine the bid if it was put out wrong, if we budgeted wrong, and we're under no obligation to necessarily accept a bid if it is drastically over the budgeted amount.
Does anyone have any insight on that? Mr. Lampe?
I can speak to the budgeted amount, which was basically a giant swag taken probably about 2 years ago. The estimate was partially based on, I think, the estimate to replace the right side of the library. If you can recall, the library had library steps. There were gardens to the left, gardens to the right. On the right-hand side, there was a slope toward the library that was basically bringing water into the library. So that was replaced, I think, at a cost of far less than $10,000 in that area. And so there was an estimate at the time that was basically like, to take care of the left side, I don't know, 3-4 times that maybe would take care of the estimate. And so I believe the original estimate came in at about $25,000. That's the plug that was in the library budget for years to take care of that left-hand side. So I can speak to that part. And then I believe while I was still on the library board, there were pieces of it that were being discussed in terms of some additional drainage requirements that were coming in that were driving up cost overall. And I think those were cost drivers, but I don't know the specifics beyond that.
Well, with you saying that it was budgeted somewhere around, let's just say 30,000 to come in 5 times that, I think that's when you need to take a look at that project and go back to square one, because 5 times your budgeted amount is not a bid you should accept.
Anybody else on any of the minutes or that topic in particular? All right, then let's go to communications and recommendations. The only item you have this evening is the August report from the fire department. Questions for the chief on that? Mr. Lampe?
Question, but it was noted that that was the highest volume record, so thank you for the service and everything that they're doing. Definitely can see that we need something that supports the higher volume.
Ms. Davis?
And then wasn't last month the highest month ever? July. So,
Let's hope it goes the other way.
yes.
Please.
All right, anybody else on the fire department report? Okay, before I take a motion for closed session, I just want to mention to those in the room, we have a closed session this evening. So as soon as we get that motion, I'll just ask you all to step out. Maybe Carol, if you wouldn't mind grabbing the door. For anyone that's attending remotely, you can stay in this go-to meeting. Mark is going to call Alderman Moldenhauer. So Alderman Moldenhauer, once you take your vote, if you could just mute your line and turn off your camera, and then we'll call you for that closed session.
Okay.
And if you're attending remotely, you just won't see us, but we will, as soon as we're back in open session, we will turn the camera back on. Make sense? All right, so with that, I would look for a motion to go to closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.85, Paren E. This is for the deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public property, the investing in public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. This pertains to Main Street Watertown LLC, known as River House on the Rock. Is there such a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion by Mr. Bartz, second by Mr. Board. Megan, will you please take the roll?
Bartz?
Aye.
Blanky? Smith?
Aye.
Schmid?
Aye.
Wetzel? Moldenhauer?
Aye.
Davis? Lampe? Board?
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
Very good. We are in closed session, so Mr. Moldenhauer, Mr. Stevens will give you a call if you just turn off your mic and
Okay.
your camera. I'm going to turn off these two. Captain Brower, do you mind grabbing the door to the conference room too, please? Thank you. Oh, and we've got Boy Scouts here this evening. Hello, Boy Scouts. This isn't normal, sorry. And then just grab that. All right, we are back in open session. The next item on our agenda is to take action on Main Street Watertown LLC, known as River House on the Rock. Is there a motion?
Madam Mayor, I will move that we direct the city attorney to send notice that the city is canceling its agreement with River House on the Rock and demanding return of the property within 60 calendar days. Further, we direct...
I'll second.
Hang on a second there. Sorry. Further, we direct the mayor and city staff to develop an RFP for development of the property to be issued after return of the property.
All right, motion by Mr. Board. I heard a second by an eager Mr. Moldenhauer.
Second,
There we go.
Moldenhauer.
Very good. Any discussion from anyone on this one?
It's perfect.
Oh, he thinks it's perfect.
Megan?
Board,
Yes.
Bartz.
Aye.
Blanky. Smith.
Aye.
Schmidt.
Aye.
Wetzel. Moldenhauer.
Aye.
Davis. Lampy. Motion passed 9-0.
Okay. Next is our accounts payable.
I would so move.
Motion by Mr. Moldenhauer, second by Mr. Blanky. Second by Mr. Blanky. Discussion on the accounts from anyone? Megan?
Moldenhauer.
Aye.
Davis. Lampy. Board.
Aye.
Bartz.
Aye.
Blanky. Smith. Schmidt.
Aye.
Wetzel. Motion passed 9-0.
Very good. Let's go to miscellaneous business. You all have the payroll summary from September 6th to 19th and cash and investment ending August 31st. Anybody have any comments or questions on those? All right, then let's go to licenses. You have a memo from the city clerk for the license this evening, which is to review and approve a temporary second location for Kellermeister Beverages, doing business as Brewfinity Brewing for an event at the Square on October 15th. Mr. Lampy. Motion by Mr. Lampy, second by Mr. Blanky. Discussion from anyone, comment? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? All right, very good. Let's go to resolutions. Your first is Exhibit 9535. This is a resolution to enter into an exercise of the option of year 4 with passenger transit. This is here from me and finance.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Schmidt, seconded by Mr. Bartz. Anyone have any comments or questions on this one? Megan?
Schmidt. Wetzel. Moldenhauer.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Lampy.
Aye.
Board. Bartz. Blanky.
Aye.
Smith. Motion passed 9-0.
Very good. Next is Exhibit 9536. This is a resolution to apply for the Wisconsin DNR 2024 Urban Forestry Grant. This is here from Alderman Lampy and Park, Rec, and Forestry.
I would so move.
Motion by Mr. Lampy, second by Mr. Board. Any questions on this one? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? All right. Our next is Exhibit 9537. This is a resolution to update the Health Department facility fee schedule. This is here for me and the Finance Committee. Ms. Davis.
I'll move on Exhibit 9537.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Mr. Bartz. Comments or questions on this one? Megan.
Davis.
Aye.
Lampy.
Aye.
Board.
Aye.
Bartz.
Aye.
Blanky.
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Schmidt.
Aye.
Wetzel. Moldenhauer.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
Very good. Next is Exhibit 9538. This is a resolution to approve the state municipal financial agreement for reconstruction of Western Avenue from South 1st to South 3rd to Milwaukee Street in 2025. This is here from me and Finance. Motion by Mr. Wetzel, second by Ms. Davis. Any questions or comments on this one? Megan.
Wetzel. Moldenhauer.
Aye.
Davis. Lampy. Board. Bartz.
Aye.
Blanky.
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Schmidt.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
Thank you. Next is Exhibit 9539. This one is a resolution to support the submittal of the STP Urban Funding Application for Laborie Street. This is here from me and Finance Committee.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Board, seconded by Mr. Smith. Comments or questions on this one? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? All right, our next is Exhibit 9540. This is a resolution to support the TAP grant application submittal for South Church Street. This is for a shared use path. This is here for me and the Finance Committee.
I would so move.
Motion by Mr. Lampe.
Second.
Second by Mr. Blanky. Discussion on this one? Mr. Lampe.
I just wanted to highlight the location. This covers basically the location from Walmart north to the Quick Trip area and whatnot. I think we've all seen a number of individuals walking in that area, and I think this addresses a really dangerous situation out there.
Agreed. Anybody else? Just for those in the room, this is just a grant submittal. I don't want anyone to think we're getting this automatically. So this is something that we cost share if we get the grant. Anybody else on this one? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Very good. Next is Exhibit 9541. This is a resolution to enter into the 2024 service agreement between the city and the Humane Society. This is also here from me and the Finance Committee. Ms. Davis.
I'll move on Exhibit 9541.
Motion by Ms. Davis.
Second.
Second by Mr. Moldenhauer. Comments on this one or questions? Megan.
Davis.
Aye.
Lampe. Ward. Bartz. Blanky.
Aye.
Smith. Schmid.
Aye.
Wetzel. Moldenhauer.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
Thank you. Next is Exhibit 9542. This is a resolution to approve the transfer of 100 Western Avenue to the City of Watertown to raise the structure and to approve the intergovernmental agreement for addressing the safety concerns at 100 Western Avenue. This is here from me and the Finance Committee.
I would so move, Mayor.
Motion by Mr. Moldenhauer. Second by Mr. Blanky. Comments, questions on this one? Mr. Blanky.
I believe, if you could give us the time frame that we would start
Yeah.
taking down the house.
Yeah, so we were positively assuming this would be approved. Do you have something? Oh, stop that. Okay, maybe I should go to you first.
We are currently waiting for the deed to be finalized and submitted. We have received a promise or intention to have it to us by the end of this week. So we are still hoping to be able to go forward with that,
Okay.
but we haven't gotten confirmation
I was going to add
on
that.
that yet.
Oh, so our plan, the way we've worked with our city team, is hopefully we'll start next Monday. What he just said, we can't proceed without. So as soon as we get the legal paperwork necessary, and if the weather cooperates, our intention is to begin on Monday. We have a press release that that Lisa drafted that will articulate how long things will take. It's going to say a week for a detour, but we're hopeful it'll be less time than that. But hopefully next week.
I just wanted for everyone else to hear that.
Yeah.
'Cause I know that it's been a sad thing to look at and a sad reminder in the community, so the sooner, and it's been a long process getting to where we're at, but hopefully we can get some closure on it soon.
I agree. Yes.
So I would say just along the press lines, I mean, there was a article, in the Daily Times yesterday that covered some of the details, and there's obviously more in the packet. So there's been some folks, I think, that have been communicating that out. We've seen some community questions about this appear in a couple of arenas, and so there's folks who've basically been able to answer a few of those things, but at least the news is coming out in a couple of formats now.
Yes.
So I've been getting a lot of questions specifically on this, and they're like, you need to find out, you need to find out. I'm like, let me find out, and this answers all of these questions so they can see that we're addressing it. So.
Yeah. I mean, just kind of factually speaking, this parcel had multiple stakes of ownership, and that was probably the most complex part. Each owner had a horse in the race, and they have a timeline at which they are afforded. And so I've shared, there wasn't, again, factually speaking, not a time that we weren't working on this. It just took a lot of time. And I'm really grateful to our county partners who have come alongside us in improving this this situation. And just, again, factually speaking, myself and a detective in the PD have stayed really closely in touch with Shannon, the mother from that home. And so she and her family are involved and aware, and we have a plan set forth for next week, and we are hopeful to execute that plan, and I think she intends to be along with us for that as well. Any other comments or questions? Megan?
Moldenhauer,
Aye.
Davis, Lampy, Board,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Blanky, Smith,
Aye.
Schmid,
Aye.
Wetzel. Motion passed 9-0.
Thank you very much. Our last is Exhibit 9543. This is a resolution to approve applying for the Wisconsin DNR Recycling Grant. This is here from me and the Finance Committee. Motion by Mr. Wetzel, second by Ms. Davis. Not all of you at once for the recycling grant, please. It's very overwhelming. Any questions on this one? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, we do have another opportunity from comments or suggestions from citizens present. If anyone would like to comment online. All right, with that, I would ask for a motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Schmid, second by Mr. Lampy. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.